Fucking I make a video about my circumcision and it has almost 500,000 views. What the fuck is wrong with you people? This is the story of when I first started playing League of Legends. And you know what? I bet I'm probably as shit at this game as I was when I first started. So everyone's had to learn how to play League. And when we started, none of us began playing like Faker or Burger King, right? We were all pretty shit and probably are still shit, but just not as shit when we first were shit. Now, working at my old job, I didn't have much time to play any games. I would work 40 hours or usually more a week, come home at around like 9 or 10 at night and just vegetate in front of a TV. You know, I didn't have much time to play any kind of games, but every now and then I would play a couple of games of like Call of Duty and run a rape train on zombies, or play Battlefield 3 or replay fucking Kingdom Hearts or some shit like that. But still, I didn't have much time on my hands, and so I was spending even less time looking at new games. Now on Facebook, Jesus Christ, people still fucking use this shit. Me and my friends have a group chat, right? And in it, they started talking about this amazing free-to-play game that they just started playing, and one night I decided, fuck it, you know, let's go check it out. And so instead of watching TV, I decided to download the game we all know and hate, League of Legends. I have allergies because I fucking hate this game. With my very first account named Screw Party. That shit was my main account for like the longest time before I decided to make a new account named Magikarp Use Fly. Now mind you, when I started playing, this was around the ending of season 2 and the beginning of season 3, or whenever the fuck Zed came out. I don't really remember. Now of course, when you first started out, you only had like a select few champions like Ashe, Alistar, Tristana, and all the free champions that you had for that week. And not knowing what the fuck I was doing and just talking to my friends on Skype, they told me to just pick whatever champion I wanted to play, right? And so with all the free champion rotations up, I looked at all the champions and I saw one that just stuck out to me, and you know, it still forever holds a special place in my heart. And that guy is Fiddlesticks. I looked at that guy and I was like, dude, this fucking guy is badass. And so every game I always picked Fiddlesticks. And like I had no idea where to go and what to do, but I played the fuck out of that champion and I loved every second of it, which is why he's one of my favorite champions. And playing him mid lane back when his fear lasted like 3 seconds and moved champions back and forth instead of away from you was how I got into gold in season 4. If you could play Fiddlesticks mid lane and get to gold, you can play fucking anything and get to gold. It's fucking stupid. But still learning how to play, I didn't know what the hell to do. People would say shit like someone's in the jungle, and I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about. I remember reading up on Fiddlesticks every now and then, and I kept reading that he was a jungler, and in my head I had just had absolutely no idea what the fuck the point of a jungler was. And like now thinking back at it, I feel like maybe I was like mentally challenged, because that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like I legitimately couldn't wrap my head around jungling. I would constantly ask shit like, why do junglers farm the jungler? Where is the jungle? Who the hell is Baron Nashor? Where's Dragon? Like for the longest time, I had no idea what the hell Baron Nashor was. I remember reading in a guide that Fiddlesticks could fight Baron really easily because of his drain, but I had no idea what it was. In fact, I actually thought that Baron was a person or a champion that I've never heard about. And when I asked one of my friends what Baron was, they kept trolling me and telling me that I'll find out eventually. That guy's name was Courtney. Fuck Courtney. I would ask shit like, what the fuck is ganking? And Courtney would say something like, oh, it's when you flank someone from the side. Why would you do that? Because that way you can kill the enemy laner. But why couldn't you just do that if you were already in the lane? Holy shit. I was retarded. It felt like going into a game of CSGO and hearing people say shit like, oh, they're at A long. And you're just sitting there like, yeah, dude. Of course, we're starting out. You can't just blindly go into regular norms or anything. So we had to play in bot games versus intermediate bots. And goddamn, I remember first starting out and how fucking scary Shyvana bot and Annie bot were. Like, I just be minding my business, and all of a sudden this fucking bear just comes out of nowhere and a fucking dragon comes after you. And I'm like, who the fuck is Baron? I distinctly remember almost losing one of the bot games with my friends because the Shyvana bot just got so strong. And they had so much CC with me and my beginner friends shit asses constantly dying to them. Like, I don't know, like just try this. Go into a custom game, you versus intermediate bots, and just and have the enemy team consist of Galio, Annie, Malphite, Swain, and Misfortune. And you'll realize that they're scary now in a 1v5, and just imagine when you first started playing how scary that shit is. And one of my friends' name was Marvin, right? And this guy, he was like a legend to us when we first started. He was like a gold plat player, right? In our eyes, he was like fucking legendary. He would just like constantly deal with us and carry us out every game. Every time we died, he'd just be like, oh, you know, that's fine. Enemy team's like 25 and we're 2, but you know, it's cool. God, dude, I feel really bad for that guy. He was a nice guy, and we lose, and you know that he would be acting all fine and dandy, but I know in the back of his head, especially now, I know that back in his head, he was just like, how the hell do you die to a fucking Nunu bot as Fiddlesticks? What the fuck am I doing with my life? Oh my god, it was so bad, and I didn't know shit. I remember building a sorcerer boots on Volibear at one point. I didn't know how to build Fiddlesticks at first, and so I bought a bunch of AD items. I'd constantly forget to buy boots, or I'd buy 2 boots on accident. I didn't know that Kog'Maw's passive dealt damage, and I would constantly just fucking feed out my ass. Holy fuck, it was bad. So time goes on, and I level up my account, and around this time, I start telling my girlfriend Beatrice about League and start telling her to start, playing the game.
Don't you want to be cool?
So she downloads it, and I did the same thing that my friends did, and I told her to pick whatever champ she thought looked cool, and for some godforsaken reason, she decided to pick a Amumu. And I remember just hearing her laugh from across the room whenever she played him, because whenever Amumu would say something like,
"Let's find some friends,"
she just thought it was the funniest shit in hell. Like, she thought it was so funny hearing Amumu say,
"Hey, come back,"
whenever she would go to a lane, everyone had already left it. Like, she loved laughing at his misfortune. Which, it is kind of funny. I mean, you have to admit. Now, since she was just starting out, I decided to make a new account and level it up with her. This is where my account, Magikarp Use Fly, came from, and also Guy from Bang Bus. And everyone always asks me, why is my name Magikarp Use Fly? Like, how did I think of that name? And the real simple answer is just that I thought it sounded funny. That's literally it. Understand the names that I had. Screw Party, Magikarp Use Fly, Guy from Bang Bus. So as time went on, she started liking Volibear more and more, and since we were, such low levels, so we couldn't jungle, and because I still didn't know who the hell Baron was, seriously, I didn't find out until like halfway through season 3. We decided to just bring our new favorite champions into top lane as Volibear and Fiddlesticks, and Jesus fuck, that was some of the most fun shit I've ever done with League. Like, level 1 fear into her flip, and they would just die. It was awesome, and it was probably some of the best times I've ever had with League of Legends. Flash forward to nowadays, and the game is just so different, and it's had such a huge impact on my life. I mean, I get to play League and make videos about it like every day. It's fucking crazy. From Screw Party to Guy from Bang Bus to Magikarp Use Fly, Looking back is a good way to see how far you've actually come. And you might just be like Silver 4 or even fucking Bronze 5. But I mean, like, if you look back, like, do you remember when you first started playing and how much worse you probably were back then? I'm actually genuinely interested in knowing how you guys first started playing League and what stupid shit you did that, you look back on now and just cringe about. Like, you look back at it now and you're just like, I'm worse than the fucking beginner bots. So yeah, let me know in the comment section your stories, and I'll read them, and I'll have a ball. I'll laugh. I don't know if you'll laugh, but I'll laugh at them. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later, and yeah, goodbye.
Squeeze.
Woo!